Hey everyone, welcome to day 3 in our continuing theme of choice for this week. Today we'll focus on the Sanskrit word jhana, or translates to knowledge. To that end, we'll be focusing on strengthening our back today. Again, props are optional, so let's get started. Let's start the way we have been doing with our Sukhasana, our easy cross-legged position, using the knowledge that you have gained. So perhaps you do need a tool or a prop to sit yourself up so that your knees are as high as your hip bones. And then once you've gotten yourself into a comfortable position, then allow your eyes to close. And as we consider the word jhana, or knowledge, for today, all thoughts and feelings, they go together. A thought has a feeling has a thought, or maybe more than one. Let's practice today leading with the thought followed by the feeling. And from that, I invite you to ask yourself, okay, the choice that I've made. And maybe it's the choice to practice yoga for 30 days in a row. Perhaps it's another choice, something not too huge. We're doing a practice, we're not starting with the graduate level, we're starting with something simpler. Maybe what you had for breakfast, something. And ask yourself, who is doing the choosing? Is it my child, adolescent, adult, ego? Am I hearing someone else, a loved one in my head? Who is choosing? And using that knowledge to make more powerful choices, knowing that we're not immediately, sometimes we go into judgment. Oh, my child can't make a choice. Well, they have input, and they have a valuable insight that you perhaps need. But then adding your adult self into the mix and choosing, and not being driven always by one voice. You're in the driver's seat, and sort of a remembrance of that. Fold your hands together in front of your heart. And invite your adult to come forward and choose. What knowledge am I looking for today? It could be an emotional knowledge. It could be mental, spiritual, something very physical that's going on in your body that you are looking for knowledge about. And then release your hands back down to your thighs and allow your eyes to open. So let's start lying on our bellies. We'll do some Shalambhasana stuff. So lie on your bellies, hands underneath forehead. Close your eyes, and then you're physically going to get some information about how you're holding your body. So take some deep breaths here. And then do an inventory. So starting with the feet. Are your heels splaying out, or is just one or the other? and then do something about it. So, tuck your toes under of your right leg, lift the knee up, and then lengthen your right leg and set it down. Try the other side. Tuck the left toes under, lift the knee, lengthen the leg, set it down, and then release once more. And check back in first with your feet. And you might need to do a little bit more work on the legs so the heels don't continue to splay out. So draw your outer shins in towards the midline. Now focus on your pelvis. And is one side heavier than the other? And instead of first trying to fix that, let's let the legs do some work. So the outer shins are still energetically drawing in towards each other. Turn your thigh bones in. Now what that's going to do without an abdominal assist is to lift the pelvis off of the ground, which we don't want. But keep the thighs turning in, and then take your pubic bone back in towards the floor and literally move it into the floor and up towards your heart center. Lift your belly off of the floor or away from the floor, and then check back in with your pelvis. And it may still feel like it's rotated one side or the other, and if you're not sure, rock back and forth. Feel. And then move to your rib cage. Move to your forehead. Is your head tilted one side or the other? It's going to be small. Now lengthen your tailbone towards your heels and reach up from your pelvis up through the crown of your head. And imagine a sushumna, the line of energy going from your tailbone to the crown of your head. And you're wrapping yourself around it. This is your center. You're drawing into it and you're expanding out from it. And then reach back into your physical body and figure out, do I still feel crooked? Do I feel a little more aligned? Reach your arms by your side. Let's make our palms up to the sky. And then root down through the legs. Inhale, lift the arms and the upper body up and hold. Pubic bone is still attached to the floor, rooting to the floor. And then find your thigh bones, and instead of lifting your feet, they'll be along for the ride. Lift your thigh bones up. Imagine you're lifting all the parts of your body up except your pelvis. And then bring your arms out to the sides. Thumbs point up to the sky. Lift, 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 lift. Now take your hands underneath your forehead and place everything down on the floor. So this is you giving yourself an opportunity to check in. Okay, are you cranking in your low back, or is it fine? If you found that your low back is starting to hurt, the tendency usually is that you've tilted your pelvis forward. I'll exaggerate. Your pelvis lifts off the ground and your low back gets crunched and it feels bad, and then you just push through it. No, we don't want to push through it. If you're wondering, how to get out of that. One thing is this leg thing that we did, lengthening the leg. And then the pelvis should get heavier. And then the second thing is pulling your sacrum, that bone right above the tailbone, pulling it forward towards the floor. Lengthen the tailbone, pull the low belly up. And then the trick, of course, is to keep that when we do the back bending. So now, bend your arms out to the sides. It's fork arms. And then, inhale, lift the upper body. Exhale, stay here. Inhale, lift the arms. Stay lifted. And now, leg bones stay turning in as they lift up. Thighs lift right at the top of the thighs. Pull the sacrum forward, lift the heart more, maybe. Now, you could stay right here if you have any neck issues. Or maybe you're ready to bring your arms overhead into a V, thumbs point up to the sky. Deep breaths, power-filled breaths. Again, another option to bring your arms overhead right by your ears. Lift. This is the hardest one. So make sure that you're not creating a painful situation. If you are, change it. Back off. Exhale, hands underneath forehead, lower everything down. Take a breath. Take your arms by your sides. Inhale your arms up. Exhale, stay here. Inhale, lift your upper body up. And again, exhale to stay here. Inhale, interlace the fingers, press your palms towards each other, lift. This might be a little easier to lift up because your arms are helping you. Again, if you feel a cranking in your low back, try this pulling the sacrum forward and finding more space from tailbone to crown of head. Get longer. Now bring your hands underneath your forehead, stay lifted. Add the legs lifting. Anytime this is no good on your back, you back off, do something less. Lower the legs down, just because. And interlace your fingers behind your back again, hands clasp the other way. So the other index finger is on top, and you lift. And exhale, lower down. Rest your head on your hands. Find your right leg, so your left leg stays on the floor. But your right leg is going to lift from your right thigh up, and then you're going to get a good sense of your right and left balance in your body. Exhale, lower it down. Now from your left leg, and this is going to feel completely different, right? Keep the pelvis stable. It's not rocking back and forth. Inhale, lift the left leg up. And exhale, lower it down. Now, for yourself, choose which one was harder, and you're going to do that one again. Firm that leg and lift. Super easy just to rock on the opposite hip. So you're not doing that. Exhale, lower it down, take a breath. And finally, both legs lift. Keep the legs lifted, lift the elbows. And then lift the whole upper body up. Keep the hands attached to the forehead. Lift, 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 lift. Exhale, lower down. Now make fists with your hands. So there's a little hole. And then you're going to put them on the floor right underneath your eyes. And then you're going to place your hands, your head, on your hands. And then firm your legs, lift your legs. Inhale, lift your whole upper body up, and you can see. Let's see what else we can see. So keep the thighs lifted, keep the upper body lifted, and shift over to the right with your upper body. Ooh, what's over there? Whole new horizon. Inhale, center. Inhale, left. Oh, look at over there. Inhale, center. Exhale, lower down. You stack your hands one on top of another now. And place your hands underneath your shoulders. Elbows draw in, like you're drawing your power into you, like so. Root down through your strong, powerful legs now. Now you know how to pull the sacrum forward a little bit better. And Cobra, Bhujangasana. Inhale, lift your chest. Lift your heart. And again, find that balance of lengthening through the tailbone, through the feet, and up through the crown of your head. Exhale, lower down. Tuck your toes. Lift up and back into downward facing dog. So let's test out where we are in down dog. Let's shift forward into plank. And if you just adjusted your legs like I did, you can come down onto your knees, reposition your hands. Maybe you need to be a little further forward on your mat. Come back into plank, and from here, don't move your feet and go up and back into down dog. And then you're set up. So if you can imagine doing 108 sun salutations, you want as little effort as possible, so you don't want to be moving around all the time in your legs. Find your right leg. Firm it. And then inhale, lift it in the air. Keep the right thigh bone turning in so the big toe, look at the big toe, it's still pointing straight down as it lifts up to the sky. Now you might notice that the left heel lifted up. So let's lift it up even more. Lift, lift, lift. And then pull the heart through. Maybe you can go a little deeper. See if you can keep that and reach the left heel down. Float the right leg down. Knees down, big toes together, knees wide. Child's pose. So lift the arm bones up for support and pull the hips down and back. Little tricks for child's pose, which you think, oh, it's just child's pose and you collapse. Instead, use your strong belly to help you go deeper. Lift your belly off of your thighs and reach back with the hips and down. And then use your hands pressing energetically forward to get your hips even heavier. And then this is the fun bit, getting a little bit more length in your back by pulling your hands energetically towards your heels. And then decide what you want more of. More pushing hands forward, more rooting down action, or more lengthening action. Hands underneath shoulders. Lift yourself up. And let's do the other side. So, downward facing dog. Firm the left leg. Lift the left leg in the air, mindfully watching that leg. Lift the right heel up. And then pulling the heart through. Stay there, just lower the heel. Set the left leg down. And child's pose again. Draw your hands underneath your shoulders, press yourself up. And then sit down and take your left leg out straight. Cross, so bend your right knee into your chest first. There you go. Then cross right foot over left thigh. And if you fall over, you might need to prop yourself up on something. A little trick is to tilt the pelvis if it's started to tilt backwards. Low back muscles are going to go up and in. There you go. Now, the big toe and the whole foot really straight up and down. Right hand behind you. So if you're on a prop of some sort, you need a prop behind your right hand. And then inhale, lengthen the spine. You can lift the left arm up to help if you want. And then exhale, twist to the right. Left hand is going to come to the outside of the right thigh. Keep those low back muscles moving up and in. And using your spine to twist rather than cranking with your arms. Who's leading the twist? Which part of your body? If you're more flexible today, you can bring your left elbow to the outside of the right thigh, palm faces out like so. Inhale, untwist, and go to the other side. So now left knee into chest, crosses over, left hand behind, right arm up, and exhale, twist. You can start with the hand on the outside of the left thigh. Re-engage those strong abdominal muscles, helping you twist. Then maybe you go deeper, maybe you don't. So there's this pulling in of the belly. Get in. Strong abs. brings the arm around, not just flexibility. Inhale, untwist. Stretch both legs out in front of you. And then Shavasana. Lie down on your back. Actually, one more thing. Kind of lied there. Let's draw our knees into your chest first. Something grounding, something symmetrical. And then place your legs for Shavasana. Place your arms for Shavasana. And allow your eyes to gently close. Make any adjustments you need to do to get comfy. Start deepening your breath. And then take a moment to check in with how you are placed on your body, on the floor. Does your left side feel heavier or your right? What about your legs? Does one leg feel more turned out than the other? And how's that translating to the pelvis, the low back? How do the arms and shoulders feel? Are they balanced? or not. Just observing, getting more information for yourself about how you're holding yourself when you relax. And is your head tilted to the right or to the left? This is hard. All of this is difficult to feel when you're so used to your pattern. So we practice listening, feeling, sensing. And then bring small movements into your body, waking up a little bit more the body. Inhale, stretch your arms overhead. Exhale, arms down by your sides. Bending your knees and roll onto one side. And then use your arms to press yourself up to sitting. Closing your eyes once more. And folding your hands together in front of your heart, check in with what knowledge you gained about your practice, your habits, your patterns, where you're strong, where you're weak. What did you learn by leading with your thoughts and then letting the feelings follow? Thank you so much for joining me today, and I'm looking forward to seeing you soon. Namaste.